as the IPL progresses. Now, I am going to show you some of my net practice, which I did yesterday. And as today we are all excited for the battle between Vaibhav Suryavanshi and Ayush Matre, the two world champions from the Under-19 World Cup. Today we are going to discuss some of the batting techniques along with watching my batting in the nets. So I am doing the net practice after several years. So technically I am having some flaws. That's the reason I recorded the video, to identify what exactly the mistakes I was doing, so I can implement the corrective measures next time and do the corrections. And you can see I'm connecting the ball well. As you can see, I'm connecting the ball well once again over here while recording the background. I had a call, so I had to disconnect this recording and continue with that call. Now you can see I can hit some good straight drives. The biggest flaw which I'm having while doing this batting is my head position, where I wasn't much concentrating during this session, and I was just playing with the good footwork which I have and the good amount of hand-eye coordination.
Here comes the money.
Once again, while recording, I had the disturbance of a call, so I'm back to the recording. As you can see, I'm connecting almost every ball nicely, but this portion of the batting is after I played almost 15 overs. So this shows one of the exciting and most important part of the cricket, that you should be setting up your eye, setting up your hand-eye coordination, setting up your footwork for a very long time before you start hitting. Majority of the balls which I'm hitting currently is going out of the park, and that are being hit pretty much firmly. Yeah, that's a miss. That's a miss, and that was good ball. So a tip for the bowlers: if batsman is going really aggressive, you shouldn't be really charging at the stumps, because his eye is set and generally he will attack you. So the default speed which I set on the bowling meter for this session was 122. Then as you can see, currently that speed wasn't really troubling me in terms of timing of the ball. Yeah, whenever ball is going at the chest high outside the off stump, and whenever I'm taking aggressive charge against such ball, then it was certainly affecting me. Again, the head position wasn't really clean, so your head shouldn't be actually moving while batting. But there wasn't any coach for me at this point of time who could have instructed me from inside or outside the cage. So I figured this out when I'm watching this video, and some of the balls I'm defending, because whenever I miss the ball, even during my playing days, I always decide that I shouldn't be straight away start to hit again. Now after defending the ball 3-4 times nicely, I start to hit the ball again, because it takes some balls to actually get your rhythm and get the connection between the bat and the ball nicely in a flow. Now I believe I once again defended 3 balls this time around, and I'm sure I'm going to hit this ball out of the park just like this. So that's what I was telling, that basically you should be always ensuring that your rhythm and connection is always intact. That's the reason why I'm super excited for tonight's battle between Vaibhav Suryavanshi and Ayush Matre, because Vaibhav is a kind of guy who doesn't need to spend a lot of time to get his adjustments corrected. He can start hitting the ball right from the word go and destroy the bowlers. That shows how naturally talented he is, how much he spends his time in the nets for loan practices. Ayush is an amazing talent again, but he needs to prove his talent on a bigger grounds. Whatever amazing scores he has done so far, he has done on smaller grounds, on grounds where boundaries were cut down because of the rules of the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy. But I want to see Ayush doing amazing score tonight as well, because he's the future. Ruturaj Gaikwad scored an amazing century earlier on the Guwahati ground, which is not a really big ground, but again today or tonight I can expect Ruturaj to score amazing. It's so unfortunate that because Ayush and Sanju Samson are in the CSK, Ruturaj has been forced down to bat at number 3 or number 4. He's a natural opener. He deserves to open the batting for CSK. Unfortunately, last year he wasn't playing for the CSK because of his injury, and this year around he's been forced down to bat at number 3 or 4, depends where his team management asks him to play. Despite him being a captain, I don't think he will have a lot of word or authority over his team management in the current position. And currently, with the bad form of Abhishek Sharma, the opening slot along with the Sanju Samson in the national team has been open. So all these guys like Ruturaj, Ishan Kishan and Vaibhav Suryavanshi, Ayush Matre, all these guys have amazing chance in this year's IPL to prove how good they can be and whether they can score somewhere around 700 runs to be part of the Indian team. Sai Sudarshan had his opportunities in the Test cricket, but he could not capitalize in most of those, just like Nitish Kumar Reddy, and I think both of them will lose their place in the Test team. Again, coming back to this net session, as you can see, this is somewhere around in middle of the net session. The starting portion where I was hitting well, that was actually the last part of the session. This is a portion in between 10 to 15 overs where I was hitting decently, wasn't really cleanly, but decently. As you can see, I'm missing the balls in between. The biggest factor which is currently troubling me as per this video shooting, I can clearly observe my head position is absolutely fucked up. I shouldn't be moving my head like this. The best head position in the cricketing world, if any kid wants to observe, is of Hardik Pandya. Hardik has really amazing head position, amazing clarity and amazing balance. He's ideal batsman when it comes to Test cricket as well, but just because he don't want to bowl in Test cricket, maybe he opts himself out of the Test cricket, and we unfortunately had to play a mediocre all-rounder like Nitish Kumar Reddy in Test, who scored just one fluke century. But eventually, I believe someone of Hardik's caliber should be regularly playing Test cricket. And this is a portion where I was playing maybe from 5th to 10th over, wasn't really set, wasn't really gripping the bat well at this point of time, but just started to hit the ball. And because I set the speed of the bowling machine on a pretty higher level. Hence, whenever the ball was stucking on my foot or any portion of my body, it was really hitting hard. So in this portion of the session, I was hitting some of the balls well, some of the balls I was missing, but still the connection was going good. As you can see, a lot of those shots are being getting hit nicely, and I think this is the start of my session. And terrible footwork, and the result of this is clean bowled. Lot of gap between my front foot and the bat resulted in the clean bowl, but I eventually made sure that I did not get clean bowled again. So I ensured that I tried to keep my bat and my front foot in a line and aligned to each other. I wasn't really trying to go aggressive earlier, but I ensured that instead of going aggressive, I should be actually leaving the ball and trying to be as close to the ball. And if I feel that the ball is missing the off stump, then only I should be leaving it. Otherwise, I was trying to play as much as I can. So as you can see, I was just defending on the front foot to ensure that my elbow is exactly, left elbow is exactly aligning up on top of the ball, so the defense remains intact. It was good Yorker length delivery. Yorker length at 122 kmph isn't a bad ball, and here's a good lesson for every bowler. Whenever batsman is new in the crease, or let's say batsman is going really aggressive, use a hard length outside the off stump. If you can do an outswing, nothing better than that, and keep it slightly at the fourth stump, just like that. It's always difficult to hit that delivery if you are clocking a good speed. Not a good delivery at all for the spinners, because batsman will cut you outside for four, as I tried to cut that, but because of the delivery speed, it wasn't really easy to cut that. It's a length which is generally being preferred by Dale Steyn and Morne Morkel while they were playing for South Africa, and it has troubled Indian batsmen apart from Hardik Pandya a lot. So this time around I managed to play that length well, but as soon as I tried to go aggressive for it, it wasn't really fruitful. Hence, once again I decided that I should be actually playing those deliveries on the back foot. So that's how you need to negate when the bowler is bowling hard length, which is coming around your chest, outside the off stump, just outside the off stump. Because if you're not playing on the back foot, this exactly what happens. Majority of the times there is a possibility that you'll miss the ball or you'll edge the ball. And whenever, here you can see machine is bowling the full length, I'm ensuring that I should be playing it on the front foot. But whenever a little short to short length was happening, it was troubling me at the initial phase of this session. As you later identified that it didn't really trouble me eventually, because my eyes was set. And what I did, that I aggressively took the footwork and went up to the ball and hit the ball aggressively. But again, you can see one of the biggest reasons why this length was troubling me at the earlier stage was my fucked up head movement. So this head position is not at all ideal for anyone to play on tougher conditions.